Hello, Captains. I am your host, Brent Justice, and welcome to Let's Play Star Trek Online. So we are in the Delta Quadrant and continuing the final two Delta Quadrant missions. In the last mission, we did Takedown. That was a lot of fun. We basically stopped Gaul and the Vaadwaur. The Vaadwaur out of the picture. We don't have to worry about them for the rest of the game. But what we do have to worry about are these next two missions. So I am playing on Omega. He is my Romulan faction character as a Reman aligned with the KDF. Very complicated, but that's how it all comes together. So in this mission, we are in the Delta Quadrant. We did Takedown, and now we're going to do What's Left Behind. Remember, at the end of Takedown, we found a glowing orb. Something completely alien and different. And I think this mission is going to answer what that's all about, and it's going to lead to some huge revelations about the Vaadwaur and what's going on in the Delta Quadrant. The artifact you found on Vaadwaur Prime leads you to the answer of another mystery.
Admiral Tuvok and Captain Kim are leading the analysis of the artifact you found on Vaadwaur Prime. I knew you'd want to be there for the great reveal, so I've arranged for you and your crew to be part of the team. Rendezvous with Voyager to get started.
Alright, and we're going to get an Alachi kit module, kind of a spoiler there, what this is about, but we're going to be introduced to a new species, but not really new, because as a Romulan, we have already met them, haven't we? So not new for us necessarily, so it'll be interesting to see how the dialogue is handled, considering we have encountered the Alachi before. Go to now Shen, way down there. I'm just going to transwarp. Let's get this on. Nel Dana. However you say that. Let's begin. Gonna meet up with Voyager and dissect this thing, I guess, or hack into it anyway. Should be quite fun. This will be an interesting mission. And, yeah. The next one, though, next one is going to be crazy because there's a ton of puzzles and things you have to get through on it that I really don't like. But we'll do it anyway because we have to. And remember, I'm going to be playing all the patrols. So I will get to that, too, after these two missions. Going to finish these next two missions first. Okay, sir, we've arrived. Voyager sends Admiral Tuvok's regards and says they are ready for you as soon as we've moved into transporter range. So let's do that. Voyager, way out here in the middle of nowhere, literally. Let's beam on board. Transport complete. Admiral Tuvok has arranged to greet you in the transporter room. He wishes to speak to you about the device we recovered from Gaul.
Welcome back to Voyager. We were about to begin studying the device you recovered from Gaul's communication center. Since you have spearheaded much of our efforts here, I would like you to take the lead once again. Captain Kim and 7 of 9 are at your disposal. Talk with them if you need more help deciphering the device. When you finish your analysis, return to me for further orders. I will be here in the transporter room to see you off.
Okay. Let's go to the turbo lift and take a look at this thing. Engineering, where are you? Engineering, paging engineering. Ah, here we go. And there it is. Here's Harry.
Glad you're here. We transported the device to engineering here so we could run all the scans and tests we could think of. The first thing we need to do is determine how it's communicating. We can't find any normal transmissions from it, but we're hoping you have some new ideas to bring to the table.
No, not really, but I guess I'm going to anyway. I find it odd that engineering would be like the place to put things to study. It would seem not very safe to me to study alien artifacts right beside the dang warp core. I mean, if something goes awry, and it often usually does, boom. Know what I'm saying? This being a science ship and all, and wouldn't it have like science labs that are like more capable for studying things like this? You would think on a ship like this, even as small as it is, there would be a science lab, and guess what? It would have all kinds of interfaces and algorithms and programs and emitters and scanners and sensors to like dissect things scientifically and figure them out. Like, here's a piece of rock, what is it? What's its whole history? And here's an alien device, what's its whole history? You know what I'm saying? They would have like dedicated science rooms for that. I would like to see that. I mean, why not? In a game, they could do that very easily. Alright, let's analyze. You study it for a while and realize it must transmit a signal of some sort. And plus, a science station room would be safer, because you could put a shield around it, you could put a force field around it, you could cut it off from the rest of the ship, you could put bulkheads around it, and make like a pressurized, sealed off completely from the ship room that could be jettisoned in an emergency or something. You could do a lot with that. That would be safer than putting this darn thing next to your warp core. Am I right? Or am I right? I'm gonna scan for subspace fields. A faint resonance. The device does appear to be designed to communicate with similar devices located in subspace. Great. There's a subspace connection with the device.
The device communicates with subspace. We should have guessed that. Now comes the hard part. We need to access the device's memory core. The engineering team here on Voyager is good, and I've heard your team is top-notch. But it might take more time than we have for either team to make a full analysis. We should have both teams give you their opinions on the device. If we work together, hopefully we can make a breakthrough.
Again,
you'll need to set switches on the device until we get...
Yeah. Again, why just engineering looking at it, an engineering team? Wouldn't you also want a science team on this thing? Okay, this part I hate. I don't understand how it works. Well, I kind of do, actually, but it still sucks and I don't like it. So I'm just going to click buttons till this works.
The engineering teams tell me 2 of the switches are in the correct... Sir, I've consulted with both the engineers here on Voyager and your chief engineer.
See, I did.
I am seeing green across the board. All the switches are in the correct position, and we now have access to the primary memory core of the device. Unfortunately, we're only halfway there. Now we need to access the secondary memory core to get full access to the data we need.
See, just smashing the screen fixes everything, always. Just smash buttons until it works.
The engineering teams tell me 2 of the switch... The engineers tell me there is only... The engineering teams tell me... The engineering teams are reading Big Zero.
This one's
the engineering team...
a little bit longer, but that's okay, I don't care.
The engineering teams are reading...
I will figure it out.
The engineering teams tell...
2 of the switches.
Looks like you did it again.
There we go, got it.
All the switches are in the correct position, and we now have full access to the memory core of the device. 7 of 9 should be of assistance in accessing the memory banks of that device. She's in astrometrics, attempting to get a fix on the location of who, or what, is receiving these transmissions.
Now we go to astrometrics. Guess we're gonna beam it there now. Let's just beam it all over the ship. Because that's safe. Is that astrometrics, really? Okay.
We have access to the data banks of the device. Very efficient work. From the data we have received so far, we will be able to pinpoint the exact transmission coordinates. However, it is possible that doing so may alert whomever is on the other end that we have reverse-engineered their technology. There are 3 likely ways to get at the information. I suggest further analysis to determine the best course of action.
Okay, extract data. I am gonna do brute force. Hey, see, that did the trick. I'm telling you, just smash buttons. That's all you gotta do. Alright, let's go to the turbo lift.
Fascinating. Excellent work. With this location, we may be able to finally reveal who gave the Vaadwaur their advanced technology, and why the neural parasites appeared again in this time and place. Commander Jarok of the Romulan Republic has requested to join you on this operation. Her own analysis of the device has shown that the Romulans have had some contact with the creators of this device, a race known as the Ilachi.
Duh, me.
She will meet you in subspace at the given coordinates.
I have. Come on, Tuvok. Don't you see that I'm Reman? This ugly face? Come on.
Finally, Voyager's emergency medical hologram, the Doctor, will be assigned to your crew. His knowledge of the Delta Quadrant races may prove invaluable. He's not much of a combatant, but should prove useful.
No, he's not. Okay. But he could be, because they could just program him to be. Or program some fighting skills. He's a hologram. Imagine all the things he could do.
Hello again.
Guess that's it. Okay. Hello, and let's go. After all, they did make him the emergency command hologram. They could easily put some fighting skills in there. Emergency security hologram? I mean, why not? Gauss communications are going to an Ilachi outpost station, and by the way, we're in subspace. No, not server not responding. You are not allowed to do that. Not on my watch. Come on, no, don't do this to me. The game is crashing. Everybody's logging off and on and off and on. Hold on, folks. This is... Oh, it went through. Didn't go through. Go. Ah! Do something. Work, game. I command you. Be work now. Well, we'll just look at this pretty Reman face here. So anyway, there's the Ilachi station, and we're in subspace. That's cool. Come on, no, yes, it's working. Okay.
Greetings.
Really
this is Commander Jarok of the RRW Lisette. When we learned that the Ilachi were involved, I requested to shadow you on this mission. I know you have experience dealing with the Ilachi, and I thought you'd want some extra firepower.
I do have experience. All right. It's been a while. No, I don't need a refresh. I already know too much about the Ilachi. Happy to have your extra firepower.
All right. We'll follow your lead here.
Got it.
We're seeing 3 patrol groups. Recommend we eliminate them before we board the station.
Elimination. I can do this.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
They're doing a thing. They're doing a thing, and I don't like it. I stopped their thing.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Man, the set is so far away. I just can't keep up. I need to do an Ilachi build. I like their ships. I really do. And their crescent-shaped weapons are really cool. I used to have a tier 5 Ilachi ship. Well, I still have it. But of course now tier 6 stuff is out, so I need to get a tier 6 Ilachi thing going on.
Warning. Ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
It's odd that Gaul was contacting the Alachi. They don't exactly play well with others.
Nope, this is a really cool station, though. That is pretty sweet.
Another Alachi ship is here to defend the outpost.
Not for long.
Warning, ship is under attack. Target's shields have failed.
Dang it. It flipped around on me. Nice. Check that out.
Target's shields have failed.
Sweet. We're good. The set is stuck inside the station. That's great. Good going, game. Alright, let's beam to the station. We're going to get all of our bridge officers here on this one. Everybody's involved. It's a party in the USA. Or it's a party in the subspace station. It's a party in the Ilachi station. Never mind, forget it. And long game loads. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I know we're getting a patch tomorrow. This is the day before a patch. Typically when that happens, the game's kind of wonky. I've noticed you get lag and things happen. So I'm not entirely surprised by the server lag and cutting out, but it's really, really annoying and at the wrong time. And of course, as you can see, just loading into a new map here is taking forever. Hope it doesn't time out on me. Hey, that could happen. So we'll see what happens here. Come on, game. You can do it. Maybe if I pet it softly and say nice things to it. Good game. You're a good game. You're a soft game. You're a pretty game. Thank you, game. Speak to away team. We've arrived on the outpost station, and the doctor has offered to accompany the away team to offer his extensive knowledge of the Delta Quadrant. In addition, Commander Jirok has taken an away team from the Lisette to another part of the facility. She wants to speak with you before we begin.
I was thinking we should split up and cover as much of the facility as we can, unless you have a better idea.
What's your take on the situation, Doctor?
This is obviously an Alachi facility. What I know about them comes from the Romulan Republic's databases, but I should be able to learn more as we examine this location. The air here is suitable for the Alachi, which means that you may find breathing difficult. I, of course, do not have that problem. If you have an environmental suit, or even some sort of rebreather, you will be fine. If you don't, keep an eye out for something that could help filter out the toxins.
Right. You don't necessarily need to have them. Now, it looks like I have them on all of my bridge officers. So that's good. And I do have a rebreather here, don't I? Will that work for me? Do I need to, like, enable it or something? I thought just equipping it is enough. Let's use it. There we go.
You found a breathing apparatus. That should take care of that nasty cough.
Okay, that'll help anyway. Alright. Enter the outpost. So here we are in an Ilachi outpost. Very cool looking, very neat design. Nice color scheme.
These are Solinate tables. I've read the Enterprise D's reports about them.
Solone, we definitely know who they are. And by the way, I am playing on advanced difficulty on all of these missions.
These are definitely Solanae tables. The Solanae kidnap victims through subspace for their brutal experiments. If they are somehow connected to the Alachi and the Vaadwaur, this is beginning to make more sense. If I had to guess, there must be a stasis room nearby. We should find it and rescue anyone in there who can still be saved.
Right. Investigate the Solanae facility. I can see the Jirox team is in here. Here they are. We're just right beside them. We're not far from them. But we need to go investigate. That's what we're going to do right now. So the Solanae and the Alachi are involved together. Nice. I did some mind damage to them and that seemed to work. That one just vanished. Moving on. I do like the atmosphere in here. It's really cool.
It looks as if they are converting their captives into more Alachi. If my readings are correct, there are several individuals here who have only just begun the conversion process. We can save them if we beam them back to your ship.
Liberate the test subjects. Let's call it my runabout. That should be fun. They're like, what is that? It's a tiny little shuttle firing on everything. Here we go. Let's beam this person out. I've got damage, so hold on a second. Here we go.
We're transporting you to a Romulan ship in orbit. You're going to be fine.
I'll let them fight whoever they're fighting.
Ah, a Hazari. Stay calm. We'll get you the medical attention you need.
See if there's anybody up here. Nope, nobody up here. I see somebody up here.
Transport this Talaxian directly to sickbay.
Nobody up here. Take all this loot.
You'll be back on duty before you know it. One to beam up.
Anybody up here? Nope. There's nobody up here. Here's one down here.
A Kazon? Even the Borg won't assimilate a Kazon.
Here we go.
Everything will be fine, Mr. Teray. We'll beam you directly to sickbay.
And the last one here.
This is no way for a proud Klingon warrior to go out. We'll patch him up immediately. Well, the Solanae are definitely involved. I believe I have everything I need from this area. We need to keep moving if we hope to meet up with Commander Jirok. The door is unlocked now. We should keep going.
Okay, I'm just looking around. Door's way back this way. Okay, we cleared that room out quite well. Moving on. Return to the Solanae experimentation room. So we're going to go back through a door that way. And there's Commander Jirok over there. Oh, we got more.
Enemy targets on sensors.
Oh, that's my distortion. I was wondering, what the heck is that? That is my distortion.
This is odd. You sound like you're in a Solanae lab, but we're in some place that looks like a prison. In fact, I'd say that's exactly what it is. And they've just had a breakout. Whoever it was, they used our arrival as the distraction they needed to make their move. I'll keep looking for more information, but I hope the escapees are friendly.
A prison break?
Careful.
Maybe I should go back to the ship.
Proceed further. Come on, Doctor. You can do it. You're here because we need you.
Neural parasites. This must be where the Vaadwaur were implanted with those mind-controlling bugs. Neural parasites. Just as I suspected. Did you know that several Starfleet officers were infected by these in the mid-2360s? The Enterprise logs from that era are fascinating reading, if you ever have a few dozen hours to spare.
Okay.
If Gaul and the infected Vaadwaur were communicating with this station, it stands to reason that this may be the facility where the bluegill implantation takes place. We should definitely investigate further. If we can find the implantation room, then I should be able to analyze their equipment and gather more information. I don't believe it. The empirical evidence is right in front of me, but I'm actually having difficulty processing this information.
What is it?
This tech, this whole facility, it's Iconian. There are variations on the norm, of course, because of the Solanae and Alachi influence, but I see distinct signs of their presence throughout the facility.
Iconians here too?
The Iconians, as we know them, rarely reveal themselves. The only known interaction with an Iconian in modern history took place on Kronos, when... Wait, you were there! I don't need to explain that situation again. As I was saying, the Iconians don't like to act directly. They use servitor races, like the Alachi and the Solanae, to cause chaos in their name. And the neural parasites, they've bioengineered. Rather like the Founders created the Jem'Hadar, but sophisticated enough to control another species, and with much less free will. The parasites are a weapon.
And the Iconians invented them. Well, or helped develop them. I don't know if the I'm sure the Solanae and Alachi had a hand in it too. What about the Vaadwaur? They were active before the Iconians revealed themselves.
When Voyager revived the Vaadwaur, their technology was outdated compared to what other powers in the Delta Quadrant had at that time. Even the Kazon outdid them. But now, Vaadwaur technology is cutting edge. The only way they could have advanced so far, so fast, was by allying themselves with someone else, with the Iconians. The Vaadwaur got their tech upgrades from them, but they also got the neural parasites.
Dun dun dun. So there it's revealed. That's why the Vaadwaur had advanced so fast, and their technology was so formidable. They are in league with the Iconians, but the sacrifice on their part was they also got implemented with the neural parasites so that the Iconians could control them. So there you go.
The parasites gave the Vaadwaur power. but they gave the Iconians control. They were ultimately the ones pulling the strings. This entire war has been against an enemy we didn't even see.
What a cool twist, and what a very cool storyline. I mean, just from a storyline element, this is deep, good stuff. This is Star Trek, and this is what I would love to see on the TV screen. Well, that's the information we needed to find. Let's meet up with Commander Jirok and then get off this station. Return to the Parasite Chamber. And here it is. Oh, there's the parasites. Well, I don't know if, I guess they hatch the parasites. I'm not sure how it works. The Delvers. They're all connected anyway.
Enemy targets on sensors.
Scan these things.
This is more like a factory than a laboratory. Some of this technology is ancient, but it's quite advanced.
Sir, I've taken some quick readings of those Alachi. They're showing some of the same energy signatures as a parasite-enhanced Vaadwaur, but they're fluctuating. The Alachi will be phasing in and out of invulnerability. We can't beat them, we just have to pick the right moment. Attack the Alachi on the blue effects, I think it said, or something. Let's get this loot over here. Got to scan this device.
These parasites aren't a natural species at all. They look engineered.
Yeah, I thought we just covered that. Alright, I think I've cleared out this room. We need to go back now and defeat the parasite-controlled Alachi. So I guess there's Alachi that also have the parasites in them. I don't know why that would be necessary, but I thought the Alachi were already on the Iconian side as servitors. I don't know why they would need to be infected, but I guess they are. Let's call in a lot of things here.
I think we're catching up with the escapees, and they might be from the Alpha Quadrant. We found a dead Romulan in prisoner garb. He was part of the breakout, but I don't know if he was part of the Republic or loyal to the Tal Shiar. Keep an eye out. The prisoners are headed in your direction.
Maybe we should avoid any potential contact with the prisoner? I think I've seen enough combat for today.
Or maybe the prisoner can help us. If they're trying to escape, it's obviously someone who doesn't want to be here, was taken against their will. Maybe they could help us, give us information. Let's see what happens. By the way, this is cool. I want to look out here for a second. Hold on. Wow. Cool. Alright. Let's go in here. I was gonna pull out my Echo Papa, but oh well. I'll just wait for the cutscene to be over. That is one of the coolest scenes in Star Trek Online right there. I love that scene. I should use that scene in like something, because that's really cool.
How fortuitous. I thought I'd have to find a way off this station alone.
And it's Sela. Of course. Defeat the Elachi guards. Okay, well, let's do that with a runabout and an Echo Papa and a mine and that.
More Elachi. I don't think the Iconians want me to leave. Their tenacity is almost admirable.
Looks like you could use a hand.
I'm doing okay, but sure, why not?
And now we have their leader's attention.
Uh-oh, they got me in one of their subspace things. I got him. Need to talk to Jirok now.
Sela! I should kill you where you stand. It would be justice for all the lives you've destroyed.
Calm down.
And if you do, you'll never learn about the Iconians. I've been here for months. I've seen enough to know you need my help.
That could be very valuable information.
Fine, you interrogate her. I might get a little carried away. But she returns with me to the Lisette when you're finished here. If the Federation or the KDF want to talk to her after that, they can go through official channels. She's no empress. She's a criminal, and she'll be treated as such.
I agree. You can take custody of her once we're done.
You and this Sela person seem to have some history. I'll leave you to speak to her.
Somehow I knew you'd be the one to find me. Tiaru is short-sighted. She'd kill me and lose all the secrets I know, secrets I'm willing to share, if you keep her on her leash. You've stumbled into something much greater than you're prepared to handle. I'm the best ally you have.
Not a good decision to be having this conversation here on the Elachi station, just waiting. Honestly, we should all beam to the Lisette, put her in a cell, then debrief her, and then move on. But anyway, okay, well, let's talk with her.
I assume you already know where you are. Both the Elachi and the Solanae serve the Iconians. The Elachi are their warriors, and the Solanae are their scientists. They're the ones who created those creatures implanted into the Vaadwaur.
Makes sense, that the Elachi fight their wars, and the Solanae are the scientists, capture the people, do experiments on them.
Hakiv joined the Iconians out of faith. He thought the Iconians would create an empire he could rule. That did not go as planned. This time the Iconians wanted to control their puppets. When the Vaadwaur asked for strength to defeat their enemies, the Iconians gave them the parasites. The Vaadwaur had strength, but also strings. Strings that have now been cut. I'm sure you had something to do with that.
We might have, yeah, alongside an alliance of the Federation and the Klingons.
All three of you working together? The world has changed in my absence. Or were the Vaadwaur that much of a threat to the Alpha Quadrant?
Well, actually, we're in the Delta Quadrant now.
That explains some things. I'd love an escort back to the world at large, but I have a feeling you have some questions first.
Yeah, let's ask these questions.
I'll answer what I can. You can believe what you want.
Again, a ton of questions to ask, but why would we do that here on the station and not on the Lisette? Oh well, let's go through these because this is going to reveal some important background information we're going to need moving forward, because we've got the whole Iconian storyline coming up next, which kind of obvious. What is your relationship with the Iconians? Were you their prisoner or their ally?
How important is that really? I worked with the Iconians because at the time I thought it was the best thing for my people. After we lost the homeworld, we were scattered, starving, a shadow of what we once were. What were we supposed to do, beg the Federation or the Klingons for scraps? Pathetic. The so-called Romulan Republic has made their way, but they did it at the cost of Romulan dignity.
Is dignity more important than survival?
We are not refugees. We are Romulan. We needed a strong leader to bind us together again, and I knew I could be that leader. The Iconians were a means to an end. They gave us strength at a time when we were at our weakest. Had I known what Hakiv, what he and the Iconians did to our world, perhaps I would not have made the same decision.
The Republic is thriving. You were in prison. Who made the better choice?
Dwelling on the past is meaningless. I am here, and so are you. Today, our goals are aligned. We both want to stop the Iconian advance. You need me.
Fine. I have another thing I want to talk to you about.
I'll answer what I can. You can believe what you want.
Do the Iconians have a weakness, something we can exploit to help us defeat them?
Hubris. The Iconians think they are the rulers of the galaxy. They thought so 200,000 years ago, when they were driven off their homeworld by the fire of 1,000 races allied against them. They think so now, when they look at us and see us as children stumbling in the dark. They do not see our strength, our willingness to fight. Use their hubris against them, and the Iconians will fall.
Okay, noted. I have another thing to talk about.
I'll answer what I can. You can believe what you want.
What is the master plan?
I honestly don't know. Why would they share their plans with a prisoner? That may make me less valuable in your eyes, but don't be fooled. I know more about the Iconians' operations than they realize.
Perhaps there's a different question you'll feel more comfortable in answering.
I'll answer what I can. You can believe what you want.
Where's the rest of your crew?
The crew. The Alachi took them one by one and turned them into those things. Revolting. If I had known that was what they were doing with the captives from the colonies, I would have...
Now who's dwelling on the past?
Yes. You were asking about the crew. A handful of us were still alive when the station went on alert. We took a chance and made our escape. They died, nobly, as Romulans protecting their Empress. I will remember their sacrifice. I'll answer what I can. You can believe what you want.
I want to go back up because in the master plan there were some other options there. Let's try those.
I honestly don't know. Why would they share their plans with a prisoner? That may make me less valuable in your eyes, but don't be fooled. I know more about the Iconians' operations than they realize.
In that case, I'm not convinced that you've learned anything useful, or you're making it hard to keep you alive, but I think you know more than you're telling us. I don't want to leave just yet, so how about this option?
Did you know that the Iconians don't have a concept of spaces being separated? Of course, it's obvious when you watch how they use gateways. To the Iconians, every place in the galaxy, maybe even the universe, is just a step away.
Now that's
Think about that
broad.
for a moment. Then think about why you never see them. Where are they hiding? I know, because I've been there.
Ooh, and how does that help us?
You aren't going to defeat the Iconians by flying around in space looking for them.
They're not in space.
They learned their lessons about staying in one place a long time ago. This hunt isn't about following a long road. It's about taking one step in exactly the right
They
place.
use gateways to get around, so they could be anywhere, not in space, but they could be in a different kind of dimension, a different type of space, a different galaxy, anything.
I'll answer what I can. You can believe what you want.
There was one more thing that had multiple multiple answers or questions to ask, so let's see what that leads to.
How important is that, really? We are not refuge. Dwelling on the past is
This one right here.
meaningless.
This one right here.
I am here, and so are you. Today, our goals are aligned. We both want to stop the Iconian advance. You need me.
You're only half Romulan. Your mother was human, after all.
Do you think that makes my sacrifices any less? Do you believe I was not a true leader, an empress for the Romulan people, simply because of an accident of birth? Everything I did, everything I fought for, was for the way of Daera.
Daera? Your so-called sacrifices cannot erase your heritage.
So how much Romulan blood do I need to be Romulan? Is a single drop of human blood too much? As Empress, I guided the Empire through its greatest dangers. The Rihansu have great passion. It gives them power. Power enough to seize their own destiny. But that destiny cannot be realized by bowing to politicians or debating endlessly in a mockery of democracy. Tom Couper, Hui Eid. Reach far, grasp much.
Okay, I guess we've asked everything we can, so we're done.
Will I be taken into your custody, or will I be left to Tiaru's tender mercies?
We have agreed that in the spirit of cooperation, Commander Jarrah will take custody. She is under strict orders to deliver you to Alliance Command. You will not be harmed.
Very well. It's not like I have a choice in the matter, do I?
No, you don't. Let's go. I can hardly believe it. The Empress here, she says she doesn't know the full extent of what Hakiv and the Alachi were doing, but I don't know if I can believe her. At least she's safe in the Lisette's brig. I'm sure there will be a lot of negotiations before Sela stands trial and answers for her crimes. Until then, we should report our findings to Tuvok and Alliance Command. Definitely learned a lot in this mission. That's going to take us into that next storyline. Big time, big time, big time, big time. So I love it. This is very good build-up.
We have Empress Sela in our brig. When she was taken by the Iconians last year, many of my people thought she would get away with her heinous crimes against the galaxy. With her in my brig, I am happy to know that is no longer a possibility. Of course, I understand that the Romulan Republic's claim on her is not unique. Her crimes are against all of the Alpha Quadrant. To that end, I will ensure that she be made available to all the Alliance leaders for interrogation and debriefing.
Okay.
Well, that wasn't exactly what I'd call a walk in the park. At least we know exactly how the Iconians were controlling the Vaadwaur. And you've certainly put a crimp in their plans. On the upside, as a photonic life form, I'm immune to any attempts at subversion by neural parasites. I'll see to the care of the captives we rescued. In the meantime, it sounds like you and the Romulan Republic Command have a lot to talk about. Sela certainly has a story to tell. But should we believe all of it? I'll put a bug in Admiral Janeway's ear about the situation. That was a joke, by the way. You're going to be busy. Don't overdo... Oh, who am I kidding? Command officers never take their doctor's advice. Just remember that you're not in this alone. Good luck. I suspect things are starting to get interesting.
Oh, they are. And I like the little joke he put in there about the bug in Janeway's ear. I mean, it's cool that they have those little jokes in there. They should. That's very, very Star Trek. Okay, let's return to sector space. We're done here. We've learned a lot. We're done. we're not completely done with the Delta Quadrant yet, but we're getting now very, very close to that. Let's turn this in.
Sela and the Iconians. That I did not expect. It's a lot to take in, and while I'm sure the former Empress has some interesting stories to tell, spilling her guts won't save her from justice. Thousands of people lost their lives to her games. She's not wriggling her way out of a public trial and a suitable punishment.
We're going to get a subspace rift, that kind of white black hole-ish thing that the Alachi were holding me in. I'm going to have one of those abilities too now. Turned in and done. That mission in the bag. We are done with that mission. I really, really enjoyed that mission. It's mystery, it's Star Trek, it's scanning, it's Ilachi, it's Solanae, it's Iconians, it's cool things in space, exploration. It's just a really cool mission that just kind of summarizes Star Trek, plus all the dialogue about what Sela's learned and everything. It's just really, really cool. So I like that. That was fun. That was good. That kind of almost brings us to the end of the Delta Quadrant. Pretty much, if Dust to Dust didn't exist, that could be a very good ender to the whole Delta Quadrant series. But we still do have one more mission called Dust to Dust. But this mission is going to be unique because it's going to deal specifically with Harry Kim in a very specific way. So it's not a broad Delta Quadrant story. It's a very narrowly focused character story that I think you will enjoy. Although it is an annoying mission because there's a ton of puzzles and things you basically hoops you have to jump through, no joke, to get through parts of it, and those are really annoying, and I will not like that part, but we will do our best. Alright, so there you go. That was What's Left Behind. I enjoyed that. Fun. That was good. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next one. Check out Twitter at Brent_Justice for updates. You can follow me there. Also, check out my Patreon page, patreon.com/Brent Justice. This helps support the channel and also allows me to publish more and more videos.